Hello, everybody. I got to see Captain America Brave New World in ScreenX, and I am able to tell y'all what I think. 100%. Oh, I have some of my face mask on my face still. That's embarrassing. Anyway, so I just left the theater and I definitely think it was better than what I thought it was going to be. I still think that I don't know if I'm just still suffering from Marvel fatigue, which is not true because I love Marvel Rivals and like I'm never tired of Marvel Rivals. Yeah, and Deadpool was good. You're right. Deadpool and Wolverine was solid for sure. I ain't even gonna get into that Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna leave it at that, okay? Um, Man, that's a video all on its own. But there were a lot of things that I think I liked it better than Eternals, the last Ant-Man movie. I definitely thought it was a lot better than the recent movies I've seen. And so let's talk about what I liked. Okay. I think that the Red Hulk was cool. It was almost like seeing young Harrison Ford again. It was like Indiana Jones, but roided out. It was like Indiana Jones, but roided out. And I think Harrison Ford is a great actor, you know? So, like, it was nice to see him on camera. And, like, it's just nice to see him on camera. I love him in Shrinking. Um, and he was in something else recently. Oh, Indiana Jones, duh. And so I just like seeing him on camera, to be honest. And so I thought he did a really great job with Thaddeus. And I don't wanna go into spoilers too much, but, like, there was some emotional depth to this character for sure, you know what I mean? Like, it pulled at my heartstrings a few times to see what Thaddeus was dealing with. Um, Anthony Mackie and the new I liked the buddy cop kind of, like, aspect of this movie. It was like Captain America and, like, I guess he's not officially Falcon yet, but, like, he is probably gonna be, Falcon. The actor's Danny Ramirez, and his name is Joaquin, Torres in the movie, and, yeah. I mean, honestly, I thought that they were adorable together, you know? Yeah, it was very Batman and Robin. And honestly, Danny has like a really great monologue in there that like kind of got me too. And honestly, my favorite part, I think a lot of people are going to be hyped about Red Hulk for sure, but I loved it was a lot of like aircraft, Warcraft is a video game, but you know what I mean? Like war, military kind of like action. Am I wrong? Like, I don't want to spoil too much, but there are, you know, battles with fighter jets, there are torpedoes, there's explosions. I definitely thought like it delivered a lot when it came to the action. Like there was motorcycles, there was crashes, there were good fight scenes. Um, and then I I think the things that were wrong, I didn't oh my gosh, I forgot to talk about my favorite character. Who was your favorite character, Dustin? I know we're gonna have the same. Isaiah, right? Isaiah is the best character. He's played by Carl Lumbly. Best character. I just like the comedic timing was yeah, best scene in the whole movie. His comedic timing is impeccable. Giancarlo was great. I think it literally had a very strong cast, you know? So my issues were I thought that there were things about the villain that I liked, but I think that there were things I didn't understand about the villain's motivations. You know what I mean? Like it's like obviously, again, I don't want to go into spoilers, but I think it was like in the end, I was very confused about why he took certain actions. Like it just didn't make sense to me. Like I was like, well, but why? Why would you do that? You know? Yeah. So I definitely think that for me, there were some issues with the trajectory that things kind of went with the villain. Um, and I think that it was just, like, a lot of really good fight choreography and action and aircraft action and military action, but it just, like, it didn't quite deliver for me, like, as a narrative as a whole. Like, it was just not, like, mind-blowingly good, and to be honest, it's tough for these movies to be mind-blowingly good because there's so many of them, you know? And it's like, it becomes quite saturated. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like these movies were so cool back, 10 years ago, right? Seeing all this action and seeing these people be batty and stuff, but it's almost yeah, I agree with that. Like, it was kind of like you can only save the world so many times, and it was like the villain was predictable, the actions of everybody was predictable, you knew how everything was gonna turn out, so there was no but you can't blame, like, the writers and stuff like that necessarily because it's just, like, it's hard to come up with stuff that's new, in my opinion, you know? That's my opinion. So, right now the movie has a 51% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think it's a 51%. I would say it's probably like a 65. What would you say? Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna be like, "Oh my god, you need to go and see this in theaters." Actually, you know what? I kinda take that back because I feel like if you are gonna see this movie, you need to see it in theaters because it's like the aircraft and all that stuff is so cool. This movie would not be good on the couch. I'm not gonna lie, ScreenX is awesome. It was the aircraft battles. That's why I'm like, you know, this is one that back in the '90s, like, a movie like this would have been so good and so popular because it's just, like, action, kinda this buddy cop dynamic. No more successful in the 2010s, I would say, but yeah, I know what you're saying, it worked, and now it's kinda like, "Okay, it's been about 10, 15 years of doing this." Yeah. I think that, I will say this, I think that, it was nice to see more of Anthony Mackie as Captain America. Like, I wanna see this Captain America shine and have their own movies, and I feel like this was a good start. I'm hoping that, like, the next adventure is gonna it just needs to have more depth, but I think it was also kind of establishing these characters, right? Like, it's establishing Joaquin and Isaiah and Thaddeus, who I think Thaddeus has potential to come back, right? So, I'm that's not a spoiler, I'm just saying, like, I'm assuming that they would want that. Maybe someone tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe Harrison Ford said he's one and done, but yeah. What were you gonna say? Oh, yeah. There's a cut scene. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the thing that they've gotten us all hooked because it's like, we're not gonna watch it, right? Yeah. So I would say it's probably about a 65%. Dustin says a 62%. I think this is more of like a origin movie. And I know it's not the origin, but it's like this is establishing. This is an establisher movie. And there were some really good emotional beats. Like I think that it had really good emotional beats and had really good action. I just think it was a little too predictable, to be honest. I think that's the best way to sum it up. All right. Well, let me know what you think in the comments below. And yeah, do you have Marvel fatigue? Are you absolutely digging what they're doing? What would you like to see them doing? Like, let's start up a conversation about this. And I love answering your questions. And if you want to check me out on the different social media platforms, I'm on everything at Jackie Jing, and also stream on Twitch Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays playing Marvel Rivals. So see you then. Bye bye.